What's up, people? Good morning. Um, Another day in this country, and we have another senseless killing of a brother at the hands of the local police. And in this instance, this took place in South Georgia, maybe a couple days ago. And the brother's name is Leonard Cure. Leonard Cure was actually exonerated for a case he never really, a case that he never was responsible for. Falsely accused, arrested, spent quite a bit of time in prison, and now the brother's had an opportunity to reset his life. Bought a nice home, established community, and really has an opportunity to really take advantage of his life. Or at the time did have an opportunity to take advantage of having a fuller life than when that incident happened to him. And so when you're falsely accused by, the system, and the system puts you in a position to now you really have to disengage from it because you can't trust it. I don't know about what his faculties were when at the time he got arrested. I don't know about his life. I don't know anything about him other than how the mind works and typically operates when you see certain patterns and certain outcomes. So a couple days ago, Leonard decided to do allegedly over 100 miles an hour, and according to the police in the video that I saw, that really breaks down. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that break down from start to finish what took place that day. So if you're interested, go check it out. But according to the cop, he said that Leonard drove past him doing 100 miles an hour plus over 100 miles an hour past him. So he pulled him over. The typical traffic stop, if you've ever been stopped by police, is during a traffic stop, they generally, especially if it's on a high traffic street, the expectation is the cop is supposed to go on the passenger side. But this cop, freestyling, gets out. Maybe he's frantic. Maybe he's whatever. He chooses to go on the driver's side. Now, something could have happened to him. So not only did he put himself in danger, God knows what kind of casualties he could have caused as a result of his own negligence. That's number one. The other thing is that he, gets out of the car. Well, why does he have to get out of the car when he was just speeding? Yes, I understand it's a criminal offense, but that's different from having an arrest warrant. That's different from having all different kinds of dynamics that would cause for an appropriate response. We're just talking normal human decency here. And I understand everybody doesn't have a high capacity to think, but we're just keeping it basic here. Now, get out of the car. And so Leonard's like, why do I need to get out of the car? Gets out of the car. He does have a very, fortified demeanor as he is really being inquisitive about why you're doing this. Number one, okay, brother, you knew you were doing 100 miles an hour. Come on. So, long story short, Unfortunately, Leonard met his demise that day by challenging authority, by challenging the cops. He got into an altercation, really a scuffle, where Leonard was giving them the good old 1-2, and unfortunately, he lost his life as a result of that. So, and this is really the question to this conversation that I want to have. I think the brother is. He definitely was, yes, he was out of pocket, but nobody deserves to lose their life based on the premise that we have innocent until found guilty. Yes, he may have been going 100, but you got to have your day in court for that. That's what the court system is for. The cop is not the courts. So anytime they put themselves in a position to do that, there has to be some sort of reprimand. Because you ain't that. You ain't that. You're many steps below that. So let's, and this is not me, this is the system. This is why we have certain dynamics in place. So I was, I really don't hear many people talking about this. So I don't even get the fact that, this isn't a larger topic, Maybe because Jada is taking over and people find more fascination with that. Who knows? But here's what I do know. When we look at a lot of the things that were displayed in that video, number one, I could tell you that Hebrew Israelite shit that he was doing, that shit don't work. Y'all see that now? Perhaps you will see that stuff does not work. It doesn't work. So when we think about ways that we can really get out of the system and go off the grid and do all of these other different things, hotaps, you see how it does not work out for you. It has never worked out for anybody. So that stuff that he was doing, it wasn't because, he was out of his mind. This is the stuff that they do and that process that they tell you to do. I'm not even going to go into it because I personally think it's senseless. Because I don't care about what the process is. What I care about is the outcome. And we see what happens in the outcome. It never works out. It never works out. And if it has worked out, I would love for anybody to tag that person and so we can have a conversation about it. Not the other person, right? Meaning the person who's tagging the person in the video, tag the person who actually got it right. And I would love to have a conversation with you about the outcome, not about your process. So, and I get it. When you're in the system and when you're in prison, you learn all of these dynamics that you hope that will fortify you. But nobody is interested in the outcomes. They only care about the promise. And even that isn't 100% effective. Brother Leonard, wherever you are right now in the ethers, I hope you use your ancestral influence, because right now you're with the ancestors, to really start to work yourself and work your energy in the mindset of people who, you know what I'm saying? It's about due diligence. And I understand being exonerated. You were caught up in the system that was unfair. And when you did the wrong thing, it's going to even show you how unfair it is. So can you work your ancestral due diligence on just brothers today? We got to really move differently. We got to move different. And even when we think we're right, there's always going to be an adversary. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be an adversary. So what do you do? What do you do? Should there be justice? I don't know. I think this is a great conversation because justice is typically, I think a lot of people go after justice when there isn't some sort of an issue, when a situation is improperly bestowed upon somebody. Typically justice is warranted, but in this case, I got some pushback. Oh, he was fighting the police. He was fighting the police. He was fighting the police. I don't care if he was out there arm wrestling with the police. Nobody should lose their life as a result of an encounter with law enforcement. Nobody. I don't care what they do. And as a matter of fact, show me a law that says deadly force, or what? Just because it's deadly force, that doesn't mean that it requires a deadly outcome. Show me in the statutes where it says that. Show me where in the statutes it says use deadly force for a deadly outcome. And then if that's a law, we can unpack that law. But I'm not interested in how you arrive at your conclusions. Just show me the law. That's it. Have a good day.